Hey there, YouTube. Nikolai54 here on X and StockTwits with a quick update on the OTC ticker AAGC Hollywood Star Cuts. This is a new startup in the space doing some amazing things. Sitting literally at trips right now, 9 and by 10, just churning away. I have some highlights from the last call that they did just a couple weeks ago, and I just wanted to kind of share what's going on and what the developments are for this ticker. Now, guys, I've been talking a lot about this one, well, for most of this year, I suppose. Last year, a little bit, started really getting into it pretty heavily in the beginning of the year as I got into the research and due diligence on this one. And I really liked a couple of key things, namely they're debt-free. This is a debt-free company. They don't have a ton of shares out there. They've got a big insider ownership on the shares that they do have issued. And they have zero debt and been buying back shares now for just about a year each month. So when I'm looking at a new startup or a company that I want to put my hard-earned money into, there's some criteria that I look at, and I love it if they don't have any debt, especially convertibles. I try to stay away from any company that has any kind of convertible debt, and they do not. And anything crazy going on in the filings, and we'll talk real quick about filings here in a second, but this one is as clean as a whistle, guys, sitting here in trips in the OTC markets. They had a fantastic call. They do quarterly calls, usually just kind of going over the highlights of the last quarter or what's going on and what's important that they want to get out to shareholders. So, here we go. Here's some key points from the last call. Last month, this is October. Now, $242,000 in revenue is what they reported for the month, which was actually hurricane impacted numbers from their Florida locations. Luckily, everybody was okay down there, minimal damage, but they were still closed due to power and data services not being available for quite a bit. But still turned in a pretty good revenue number for the month of October. One thing to note. They discussed is their tanning business. This company does have tanning booths inside of these Hollywood Star Cuts, or at least most of them. And revenues are up on the tanning side of the business, 45%. Big piece of the business model because it's low overhead, right? They don't have to, it's not a beautician or someone there to maintain that service. So that's a huge win. They talked about the first production run of the hair care products. That was done early in October. So they've gotten, some of the product ran in the new bottles that they've produced and designed. That was pretty cool. So they updated us on that. The 2 locations in Utah did grand open, and that puts us at, they had actually talked about sales in those locations real quick. They were seeing around 38 customers a day at about $35 each customer. So that's what that they're running. The run rate is right now as far as the salons there. They did update us on the app and the website. So currently they have a brand new website that's been developed. It's finished. In order to turn the website on, they have to have the app, which is tied to approved by Apple and by Google. We did get some information that Apple had requested some sort of data change in the code, which they are working on and resubmitting back to Apple. And then we're just waiting on the Google side of things. So we got the Apples and the Androids going at it here for an update, and hopefully we get that soon, and then the website will go live. They talked about their share buyback. So they've been buying back shares every month for quite a while with a percentage of the profit that they have generated at the locations. And so far, it's just over 51 million shares been bought back. And their average is sitting right now at around 7. Trip 7. And of course, it slowed down just a little bit as they were opening up new locations because, again, they're not taking on any debt to open up the locations, guys. So very important to note that this company is really doing this organically, and they're doing it the right way. This is going to put us over 30 stores here, or at 30 stores when these are all open for this last round. That's a pretty big deal. So to be buying back shares just with the profit, hey, I'll take that all day long. He did mention that their goal is to get to 100 million shares bought back, with their profit. So again, geez, that's pretty cool. So anyway, continue on here. They audit. The much anticipated audit has actually been submitted. So they submitted the audit already to FINRA, the SEC. It's in review. So we should be hearing something about the audit here real soon in December. There's going to be some back and forth on that from FINRA and SEC on the audit. He said the auditor told him that they could go back and forth a couple times before it's all ironed out and aligned. To allow 4 to 6 weeks for that to be completed, but that is huge. So audited financials on top of everything else that we have with this company, they're just doing absolutely everything right. At the end of the year, they had planned on, or they do plan on filing a 10K. At the time that they do that, they're going to look at doing a name change. Ticker will not change, guys. So it's still going to be AAGC. It will turn over to All American Glamour Corp. So that will be the new name. And then their plan is to be pink reporting for about a year before they initiate the QB uplist for this ticker. So, so we're talking about, no debt on the books, no convertibles on the books, audited financials. We're talking about uplist now as a plan for the future. And guys, these guys are doing it all right. So I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to end up, going to the QB all day long. They also updated us on the Entrepreneur Magazine opportunity. It looks like that we will be on the 50 franchises to watch list through Entrepreneur Magazine. That's going to be a huge win. We will see that in 2025. They've worked that out. So now we're getting this exposure. We're getting some of the big dogs looking at this company, wanting to know what's going on and what it's about. So now here we are on this list of the 50 top franchises to watch. CNBC, this was a big call out here. CNBC is putting together a roundtable for small cap companies, and guess what? Yeah, Hollywood Star Cuts is going to be featured as one of the participants on this show. So the show is going to be, I think he said it's going to be taped sometime in February or so, March, something like that, and then it's going to air, and they will let us know as soon as he knows when that's all done. But geez Louise, and talk about getting the word out and this company being on the radar. CNBC has got the, Larry with, Hollywood Star Cuts on this show. It's going to be amazing. They also talked to us about signing an agreement with a new franchisee. They're going to move forward 5 new locations in Florida in 2025. This is going to start, mid-year as they have existing leases and whatnot that they will be signing up with Hollywood Star Cuts. Plus, they have plans to build 2 brand new locations for a total of 7 next year. So there you go. There's 7 more on top of what we've already got going on. That would put us at 35, 37 locations for next year just on that deal alone, which they've already signed. So huge win, guys. These guys are not slowing down. They're not stopping. It's just continuing to grow. Their goal for next year is to get to 50 stores, sitting at 37 after this one deal. And $10 million in revenue. That's the number. That's where they want to be. We know we're over 5 million on a year-over-year run rate right now, based on just what we have seen and what we know that these locations are going to be bringing. So that's going to be a huge win. 2025, he's also discussing potentially hiring a new CEO and a CFO. to help with this expansion and the growing of this company. We're going to be at the point where this one is going to need to, it's getting pushed out of the nest, so to speak, and it's going to start flying on its own here in a big, big way. They're going to let us know what's going on, more details to come, so to speak. Guys, just wanted to bring this one to you. Great highlights, some great notes. If you haven't done so, take a look at this one. It's an OTC Pink, AAGC startup that's basically doing it all right. And, follow them over on X, Hollywood Star Cuts, for the latest updates that they give out. Any questions, any comments, definitely put them down below. Follow the channel. I'm going to continue to provide updates on this and some other things that are going on out there in the world of startups and whatnot. So anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you out in the markets. Thanks.